Breaking news out of the Senate today. The bill to release the Epstein files has officially passed. Senator John Kennedy called it a smart move, noting that the bill passed without objections and will now be signed by the president. But this is more than just procedural politics. For Democrats, releasing these files is a crucial step toward transparency and accountability. The American people have a right to know the truth, and making these documents public ensures that no one, regardless of status, is above scrutiny. Kennedy also mentioned a provision in the government reopening bill that could allow senators to sue the Justice Department over subpoenas and investigations. While some Republicans view this as protecting themselves, Democrats focus on the larger principle, safeguarding the integrity of investigations and ensuring that justice works for everyone, not just those with political influence. On healthcare, Kennedy discussed potential reforms to Obamacare subsidies. From a Democratic perspective, this highlights the ongoing need to protect millions of Americans who rely on these programs. Democrats continue to advocate for policies that expand coverage, reduce costs, and make healthcare a right, not a privilege. He criticized the Senate's inaction over the past 5 months, suggesting that reconciliation bills are needed to address healthcare, housing, the cost of living, and other issues that directly affect families. This reflects core Democratic priorities, passing legislation that improves everyday life for citizens rather than stalling while people struggle. Kennedy also briefly addressed President Trump's meeting with Mohammed bin Salman about Jamal Khashoggi. Democrats have long pushed for human rights accountability and ethical foreign policy, emphasizing that American leadership must reflect our values both at home and abroad. At the end of the day, this is about transparency, accountability, and protecting the interests of everyday Americans. The release of the Epstein files is a victory for those principles, but it also serves as a reminder that citizens must stay informed and demand action on healthcare, housing, justice, and human rights. Democracy works when we hold our leaders accountable. Take a moment to watch for yourself.
Everything.
There's some breaking news out of your chamber here that the Senate just passed by unanimous consent the Epstein transparency bill. What's your immediate reaction to that?
Smart play. I didn't know what Senator Flynn was going to do, but the smart play here was to do it by UC. Nobody was going to object, and indeed, nobody did object. Now we can move on from the issue. The President will sign the bill, and presumably the documents will be released and the American people can make up their minds.
There are some Republicans over in the House and some people here in the Senate who want to amend that provision that was in the shutdown bill relating to the Justice Department and the ability of senators to sue them if their files were accessed.
What? We're shifting subjects here?
Yes.
Okay, tell me the new subject.
Okay, so when you guys passed the bill to reopen the government, there was a provision in there that would allow senators to sue the Justice Department if their information was subpoenaed or investigated without consent. There is an effort in the House. They want to amend that, and there's some people here in the Senate. Where do you stand on whether that should be amended and stripped away?
Well, here's what I think. Number one, I believe that members of Congress have a cause of action against the FBI, the Department of Justice, and especially the telephone companies who responded to that subpoena by Jack Smith. Because the law is very clear that those records were in the custody and control of the United States Senate, and senators had to be notified. That's point one. Point two, I don't really, I don't know how the provision got in the bill. I mean, I don't. And it's hard for me to comment on something when I don't know how it got there. The author of that portion of the bill, the legislative branch, approves bill is Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. I'm not saying Mark Wayne put it there, but presumably he knew about it. Presumably the majority leader knew about it. But I don't know who put it in there or how it got there. I'm looking forward to lunch tomorrow. There may be a stabbing or two.
Over that?
don't know, maybe just over things in general.
So would you, if there was a vote to,
I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm not going to speculate. I don't even know how it got there. I want to learn. I want to find out who put it in there first.
do you think it's a bad look?
I want to find out who put it in there first. What else?
I think
That's
that's
What's
it
going
for
on with healthcare?
We will. Here's my prediction. We have a team of 4 people who are putting together a bill to try to reform the Obamacare subsidies. We promised the Democrats a vote before the end of the year, and we're going to keep our word. But the Democrats will offer their bill, which probably will just be an extension of the Obamacare subsidies. We will have a side-by-side bill that reforms the whole program. Don't know what will pass and what won't pass. And it'll be a lot of work to do between now and then, but we'll get it done. Number 2, as I've said repeatedly, the One Big Beautiful Bill was passed on July 1. Here we are 5 months later. We haven't done a damn thing in the U.S. Senate. You can do a lot in 5 months. I mean, in 5 months you can write a book. In 5 months you can learn a musical instrument. In 5 months a baby goes from gurgling and crying to saying mama and daddy. In 5 months, the Duke of Wellington defeated Napoleon at Waterloo. We haven't done anything in 5 months. We need to do a reconciliation bill. In fact, we can do 2 more. And we should have already have started that process. We need, let me say it as clearly as I can, we need to get up off our ice-cold, lazy butts and pass another reconciliation bill to address things like health care, the cost of housing, the cost of living, the sorts of issues that moms and dads worry about when they lie down to sleep at night and can't. Health care would be a part of that, or should be anyway.
And can I ask you about President Trump's meeting today with Mohammed bin Salman at the White House? They were asked about the murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
I don't know anything about the meeting. I haven't even seen the news reports. If you're asking me about Khashoggi, I wish they hadn't killed him. Okay? What else you got? Anything?
On the Epstein files, I'm sorry, I walked up late. Do you have any comment on the Senate you've seen the bill tonight?
Smart play. I mean, that's what I didn't know Senator Thune was going to do it, but I'm glad that he did. It's a smart play.
Thomas Massey has said he's concerned that the administration may open up more investigations into Epstein to try and stonewall DOJ from releasing documents. Are you at all concerned about that?
I haven't talked to Congressman Massey, so I don't really know how to evaluate that. The president said he's going to sign the bill. He's going to sign the bill, and presumably they're going to start releasing the documents, and we'll find out. We'll find out the names of both new and old, creepy old men.
And then just maybe
I noticed where Larry Summers, former president of Harvard, he is stepping back from all public activities. There are all kind of names in there that we've already known about, but all of the names that have been mentioned, they all said, well, it's not really nothing to it, nothing to see here. We didn't have much to do with him. We found out that wasn't true with President Summers. And I suspect we'll find out it's not true with respect to others. But I don't know. That's the whole point of, I've said for a long time, we should do the full Monty here and release the documents. Okay?
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Senator.
See you later.